Okay, so here's a piece of metal. This is 1 foot by 2, and this is 16 gauge steel. So I cut this from the bigger sheet so that I can work on some headlight buckets. So we'll get to these first. I want to cut off some strips about 1.5 inches, and I'll probably get about 4 off of here. And we have plenty of room for these 2 headlight buckets and any other cuts that we need to make. Just a piece of flat bar. I'm going to use that as a straight edge, and just with the same plasma cutter, which I'm using the Arccaptain. And right now I have it at low settings, 32 amps and PSI. Once we turn it on, I'm spraying at about 30 PSI of air, and that's pretty much it. So see, and we just made a ruler. This right here is 12 inch by 1.5. Okay, this right here are all the pieces already cut out and curved. This is basically two of these on the bottom, the back piece and the top, and that's going to be one of our headlights. Right now I have these pieces set up so they don't move. I'm going to go ahead and just tack weld a few corners and get them ready. So I went ahead and marked where I'm going to do the cutout for the light. There's a couple of lines right there, but it's this inner one. So that's going to start at the very edge of the headlight, something like that. The lip is going to be on the outside, so something like that. And then this line where it separates the headlight with the corner light at the edge of the tape, because then that's going to be our corner light, just that little rounded edge. All right, so there it is. It is flush up against the fiberglass. So that's where I'm going to put the rest of the trim from the outside, right here. Now I can mark all the way around from the back and from the bottom. You can see how flush it is. That's where I'm going to put the trim, going all the way around. So for now, that's a real headlight instead of the sticker. So it creates a nice little bevel right here. So these tabs can go in. Look at that. It's a very small gap, but the trim like this is going to go all the way around the headlight. Just needs to be a little bit more pushed back on this side. So these have two lights. They have a white light and they have a yellow light. And they're like a projector style, so they throw the lights straight towards the bottom. So I thought these were perfect. The brand on these are ZMOON from Amazon, and these were pretty cheap at $25. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to put the tabs, I don't know if the ones it came with or just make my own, but they're going to be welded from the back side. Already marked where I'm going to drill a hole. And then I'll do some tabs or gussets from the outside that we can hold it. And there'll be a little bit of adjusting. It has screws either on top. Well, it has all 4 screws, so you can set it in place. But I think it's 1 3/8, the biggest. And I put the whole drill bit through. And check it out. That is just a perfect size. Okay, so here's a quick update on the headlights. I finished welding them and just gonna take a quick look. So the headlight bucket right here is a 3x5, and then we have the corner light. On the bottom, it is 1.5 inches by 2 inches deep. And then it's more or less about 3/8 of a trim all the way around. I made that curve too, so it's not sharp like the bottom one. So it's going to be one headlight, two parking lights on the bottom, and one on the side. I don't know if straight or this side, but right here in the back, I put these tabs as well. Oops. So I put these tabs, and that's going to hold on to the fiberglass from behind. That's how the headlight looks. This is all 16 gauge. And this is going to slide in here. Oops. So I have the hole right here cut out. And this one is going to slide like that. It has about a 3/8 thickness of the trim. And it has a pretty good gap. Like not gap, but like seal. Here is the other headlight. You can see it already has a hole for the headlight. Okay, now for this side hole right here, I already marked center, and the only thing right here, I was using the step bit, and 3/4 inch is all the way down here, so that's pretty much almost 2 inches that it needs to go in before it reaches the 3/4 inch. And right here, as you can see, I don't have whole 2 inches. So it hits on the headlight bucket. I went ahead and double stacked some 16 gauge, and it's just clamped on there. And I went ahead and grabbed this separate piece. I drilled out the 3/4 inch. Now I'm going to use that just to center it right here, draw the circle around it. And then with the plasma torch, I'm using the Arccaptain and 25 amps. And for air pressure, I'm using 30 psi. So just gonna carefully, I'm gonna draw the circle and just carefully cut the circle without cutting over here to this side. Alright, there it is. I don't want to clip it into place. It has a little bump. Once it goes in, it squeezes just a little bit tighter, but I don't want to squeeze it into place because I still need to take them off so that I can paint the housing before I seal it in a acrylic sheet, like a plexiglass. So in the meantime, there it is. This is just a temporary tab and no shape yet. So I'm just going to that's the white one. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is almost finished product. I just need to paint it and then the acrylic sheet. But as far as the welding or lights, wiring, or drilling holes, this is it. So we have 2 parking lights on the bottom. It all depends on how we wire them, but these are the trailer lights. They have white and amber, so is this one. This is just to a side, so I could have some lighting to the side of the truck. And this one is the projector. So from the back, This is the second mount that I did, and this one you can see the light bulb is, it looks aggressive aiming down, but I can assure you once I put it in the fiberglass, it's already aimed perfect. I have the lights, the wires all right here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the ends. I will say the wiring for these lights, the trailer lights, the brand NILIGHT, the wiring is pretty thick, and then it's got these ends right here, so you can connect into the other female connectors. But I think I'm gonna join them all one. Depends on how I wire them again. And this right here, I put a nut, and then this little, it's like a grip with a thread. I thought that was pretty cool. So this is the one that's gonna hold on to over here. So, and on this side is the two tabs that pinch on the fiberglass. So for right now, gonna make sure slides over there on that side, and then from here push it all the way back, and then from the inside just tighten up that little castle nut or whatever with the plastic guard. Right now I'm just going to show you the projector light. The wires are too short. I'll connect all of them or one by one or whatever to show you. Just connect this real quick, black on black. I'm going to show you guys the red one, which is the white light. Oh, you know what? There. So the red one, that's where it's at. Let me turn on the other light. See? Here's the acrylic sheet already cut and bent. I just need to finish cutting these edges just to get a perfect fit. Okay, so I went ahead and taped up the acrylic front and back, and now I'm going to paint this in black. I didn't find the tripod for the first coat, but I'm using rust-oleum ultra matte black. And let that dry. Okay, so here are the finished product, almost. All they need is just I'm going to use some clear silicone around the edge before I put the acrylic sheet. But that's the black line that we painted. The inside are projectors. And then we have the trailer lights, 3/4 inch, that switch from white to amber. They're all the same, so it depends on how I connect them. That's going to do the magic. But here is just a projector which lights up white, and it also has a yellow light more towards the bottom. I haven't glued on the acrylic sheets, so for now I'm going to put them off to the side. But from behind, this is the whole magic right here. The trailer lights and the wiring, projector, and the little tabs, they're just spot welded on, but they're pretty good. And then this little bolt with a handle that's going to pinch onto the fiberglass. And then from this side, I created these little tabs right here that's basically going to slide in between the fiberglass. And these are my homemade headlights. So let me go ahead and just install them and turn them on and see how they work. That's how the lights look from the front. Right now I'll get a distance, but let's go ahead and take a look at the wall. Look at that. Very beautiful light pattern. Here's the yellow, shines more towards the bottom side. And here's a white one again. I'm gonna leave these connected. Okay, so here's a test run of everything connected, except the projector. I'm not going to switch to yellow. So first, here's the projector in white. And we're also going to connect the parking lights in white. Completely white headlight. Very nice lighting. If you get further down, you'll see the beam, but just trying to see the light. Right now this is just one. Alright, so then imagine if we connect either a 5-pin relay with a push button or toggle switch, even connect a flasher or a strobe box, and you can see this thing switch over to either like a flasher, or we could do something like a couple of flashes, vice versa, from light to light. It doesn't matter. But look at that with amber. Wait, let me just put this right here. See right there. Look at that. That is beautiful. The lighting. So these small trailer lights, they're 3/4 inch. These are by NILIGHT. They're kind of like a switchback. They're not technically switchbacks. They just have 2 LED colors. And then the projector, very nice lighting from the white and the yellow, but look at that. What do you guys think? And one more. This one goes right here. There. Disconnect this. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for today's video. The headlights, for the most part, they are complete. And like I said, the only thing I need is just going to be add the silicone so that I can install the acrylic sheet. But that is it. As far as the front end, I'm also going to just fab up a grill, and over there in the wall I have 2 of those 3/4 inch flat bar, so I'm also going to use metal to make the grill. I'm going to make a video on that one. It shouldn't take me that long. This one, it took me a while to fab up these headlights. I didn't follow any schematics. This is just following the imagination and some pictures for reference, but I found these lights and I thought they were cool. I'll leave the links down in the description so you guys can check them out. Leave some comments. I've never fabbed up any headlights, but what do you guys think? And as far as the truck, yep, the only thing, as soon as we make the grill for the front end, the truck should be the next project, which is sanding, priming, and throwing some color. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, and hit the like button on this video if you guys enjoyed. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out.